Less than a week to go until polling day, and the election campaign has become a close contest between the Conservative Prime Minister Theresa May and the Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn.
I've called an election because of Brexit.
For May, the focus of her faltering campaign is now all about Brexit, which her supporters believe is her trump card, but not everyone's convinced.
Do you really think that you actually have any real leverage with Brussels?
Well, yes, I do. And one of the reasons I think we can negotiate a good deal is because actually a good deal in trade terms is not just of benefit to the UK, it's of benefit to businesses in the remaining countries remaining in the European Union.
We were all told lies. So even people who voted out, perhaps they should be given the second chance. So you should have the confidence to say, shall we have another vote?
Mrs May also came under fire for failing to add her name to a statement by European leaders that voiced its regret at the US decision to pull out of the Paris Climate Accord.
I actually have spoken to Donald Trump and told him that the UK believes in the Paris Agreement and that we didn't want the United States to leave the Paris Agreement.
The Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn made his feelings on that issue clear.
I utterly deplore Donald Trump's decision to withdraw from the Paris climate change. I would sign a letter with any other leader that would deplore that straight away.
But others weren't satisfied by his stance on nuclear weapons.
It's quite important, actually.
It's not been plain sailing for the Prime Minister. Despite her motto, strong and stable, her campaign has been somewhat choppy recently. Unpopular social care policies outlined in her manifesto, plus U-turns, have become a public relations disaster for Mrs May. And even though she's kept the focus on leading the UK's exit from the European Union, her sizable lead at the start of the campaign has narrowed considerably. One major poll has even indicated that current figures point to her failing to secure an overall majority. Labour's tactic of reaching out to younger voters with policies directly aimed at them seems to be working. And although Mr Corbyn has dismissed doing deals with other parties in case of a majority shortfall, it may come down to the Scottish National Party, the third largest in the House of Commons, to be the kingmakers. Scotland's First Minister has said she would be willing to go into some kind of partnership with Labour on an issue-by-issue basis if the election results in a hung parliament. But it could go either way. What was a sure bet from the start of the campaign is now not so obvious for both pollsters and the electorate. Sonia Gallego, Al Jazeera, London.